Hey guys, and welcome to both the 5th day of the Steam Holiday Sale and the 5th episode of my Steam Sale Spotlight, where I showcase the best deals available on the platform today. To be honest, today's sales might be the weakest of the bunch so far, but there are a few overlooked gems from earlier this year that are well worth picking up at their reduced prices, so without further ado, let's get started. The most interesting daily deal today, in my opinion at least, is Endless Space, which is on sale for $10, 66% off of its original price. Endless Space is a hard sci-fi 4X game that's probably easiest to describe as a much more science-y version of Civilization that's also set in space. It's a very deep and addictive game that was a little overlooked earlier this year, and that perhaps is due to its relatively high standard price. If you're a fan of turn-based strategy but you've burned yourself out on the Civ series, you'll almost certainly get your money's worth with Endless Space. To be quite honest, none of the remaining daily deals today really appeal to me. The Call of Duty franchise is on sale for 50% off, however, it's worth noting that the most recent entry, Black Ops 2, isn't part of the sale, which continues Activision's unfortunate but probably also prudent history of keeping their largest selling title around its suggested retail price as long as possible. Similarly, the Mass Effect franchise is 75% off and selling for $9.99, but it's a bit of a misnomer as the pack doesn't include this year's Mass Effect 3, which isn't available on Steam as it is an Origin exclusive on PC. Still, by all accounts, the Mass Effect franchise is one of the best this generation, so if you're looking to get into it for the first time and you don't mind your games being scattered across platforms or distributors, this could be a good time to jump in. The Company of Heroes franchise pack is heavily discounted today as well, although at this point I think it's fair to say that if you're interested in picking up any THQ games, you should probably just buy the THQ Collection, which includes all the company's marquee PC franchises for only $24.99. Despite the dearth of attractive options in today's daily deals, there are some awesome flash sales if you're able to act very quickly. Half Minute Hero was my pick for the best game no one played in this year's Windy Awards, and the unique and hilarious bite-sized RPG is only $3.39 for the next few hours. Now that it's 2/3 off, there's no excuse not to get it if your interest is piqued by this title at all. They Bleed Pixels also picked up a Windy this year as the game I was most wrong about with my first impressions. It's a combat-focused action platformer that is quite difficult or even frustrating at times, but it is well worth the $2.50 it's currently going for. Finally, those of you who have been waiting for an Arma 2 Combined Operations discount can now pick up the game for half off at a price of $15. Let's be honest, if you want this game, you're probably only getting it to play DayZ, and that's totally fine. Keep in mind that the standalone version of DayZ is set to come out in early 2013, but if you absolutely can't wait to try out this year's most noteworthy mod, now is probably your best chance. These 3 sales end in only a few hours, so if you want these games, be sure to hurry. The last interesting sale I see today is Universe Sandbox, which is 75% off and selling for only $2.50 for the next 8 hours or so. Universe Sandbox is basically an astronomy simulator that allows you to mess around with the physical properties of our nearby planets and stars to see how the solar system would change if, say, the sun suddenly became a black hole or Earth suddenly swelled to the size of Jupiter. You can also create your own solar system and F with the parameters in that, or just relax for a bit and shoot asteroids at your least favorite planet. Suck it, Venus! I picked it up for the same price a couple of days ago, and if you have even a passing casual interest in astronomy, you'll absolutely get your money's worth here, although you should be warned that this is only a game in the loosest sense of the word. That's gonna do it for today's Steam Sale Spotlight, and although there's not a lot of AAA marquee stuff to get excited about, hopefully you find some of these somewhat underappreciated titles up your alley and find something to fall in love with today. As always, I encourage you to do your own independent research to finalize your purchasing decisions, and, of course, I will see you next time.